Hey guys, these are just some quick thoughts. One day after Super Tuesday, 2020, and my major takeaway from it is that I believe that what Mike Bloomberg did in this presidential primary, I think it should be illegal under campaign finance reforms. Now, I know that it's not. It actually looks like everything's on the up and up and legit, but bear with me. Mike Bloomberg spent $500 million on his campaign, and he was able to round up like 15% of the vote anywhere he went, you know. And he actually on Super Tuesday got like 40 delegates, right? And then he saw that he didn't have a path to victory and dropped out and then endorsed Joe Biden after spending $500 million on ads for him, convincing people to vote for him rather than any other candidate. Now, part of that $500 million was all these mailers that I got from Mike Bloomberg, you know. Yeah. I didn't get any mailers from any other candidates for the primary. All I got was for him. And I saw two Super Bowl ads for Mike Bloomberg versus the president's one, and nobody else having any. In the state of Texas, the nearest spender on political ads was Bernie Sanders, who spent $500,000 on political ads in Texas, and he did pretty well for that. Mike Bloomberg spent $50 million. He outspent the next closest person 100 to 1. So, after this happened in Texas, Bernie Sanders, of course, was not able to get his message out like Mike Bloomberg could, because Mike Bloomberg could just buy up all the ad space, you know? So, after doing so, and after buying out all the ad space that could have been purchased by any other candidate, Mike Bloomberg was on a lot of people's minds as being somebody who could self-finance a really good run at Donald Trump during the general election. And so he convinced a whole bunch of people to vote for him, got 40 delegates total on Super Tuesday, and then dropped out and endorsed Joe Biden. Just like the three candidates that right before Super Tuesday endorsed Joe Biden. And I'm pretty sure they're all consolidating behind the centrist candidate because they are afraid of Bernie Sanders' grassroots appeal, as well as Elizabeth Warren and Tulsi Gabbard, right? So, you're not allowed to give to another candidate more than the personal maximum of just under like $3,000, you know, for political contributions. But if you do it under the guise of raising awareness of yourself by spending your own money, saying, vote for me, and then cluttering up all of the ad space with only ads for you, and then drop out and endorse another candidate, that's okay. So he could spend $500 million. One person spending on himself $500 million, getting a whole bunch of political support, then drop out and endorse a different candidate. What is Michael Bloomberg's endorsement actually valued at? You know, I know what he spent to make that clout. It was $500 million. And it's not seen as a personal political contribution that would be thousands of times over the spending cap. You know, it's not seen as that. No, 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 no. It's just he was running for himself, right, when he did this. And it really looks particularly calculated. The debate that he was able to buy his way onto that happened right before South Carolina had him enter the debate stage and take all of the hits from Bernie Sanders, especially Elizabeth Warren, eviscerating Mike Bloomberg on stage, right? And who looked like just the gentleman, the proper gentleman of them all? It was Joe Biden standing up there. And that's where Joe Biden had all of his eggs in that basket of South Carolina. It looks really calculated. And was Mike Bloomberg attacking Joe Biden? No, no, no. He gets out of the race and endorses him. To me, I think it should be something that in the future we need to address as far as self-financing your own political campaign, because what did Mike Bloomberg effectively do by spending all that money and cluttering up everyone's mailboxes with more ads than anything else? He basically was like affecting the speech of everybody else by blowing a foghorn while they're trying to talk. Like his money is speech, right? Well, he spoke over every other person to the point where you couldn't hear him, right? And that's the effect that Mike Bloomberg had. The candidate that was trying to raise awareness about the evils of corporate donors is the candidate that is being cheated out of being able to finally win the nomination for his party for president by somebody who runs a large corporation, And there's Joe Biden, having corporate donors and PACs, to begin with anyways, but now he's gotten the largest donation ever. A guy to jump in the race, jump in front of all the bullets that should have hit Joe Biden on the debate stage, spend $500 million on ads just cluttering up people's minds, promising them that he would fight until the end and not drop out. And then dropping out as soon as he saw that he could give Biden that path to victory that he probably planned the whole fucking time. Why? Because the establishment candidates are anybody but Bernie. That's some sick shit,